getting into?
Oh, hey, Joe, look at these cool toys.
Some nice things. A doll, a baseball bat. Hey, what's this?
Oh, that's a translator.
A translator?
Yeah, Chinese, Japanese, even Ocala-ese.
Ocala-ese?
Yeah, give it a try.
Okay, translator. Translate ice skating rink.
The translation of ice skating rink in Ocala-ese is large white sheet of plastic.
Oh, that's good. Translate winter.
Winter in Ocala-ese is 2 days in January.
Isn't this a great toy?
Okay, translator. Translate Santa Claus.
The translation of Santa Claus in Ocala-ese is WOCA listeners.
That's right, WOCA listeners, you've done it before, and we're asking for your help again.
Just bring a new or gently used toy to the WOCA studios in the Paddock Mall, and we'll put it under our Christmas tree.
Then, on December 15th, all the toys will be picked up by Florida Kids Helping Kids.
WOCA listeners truly are Santa Claus.
Sorry. Trying to talk off the air and on the air. John Goodwin, Galen, thank you. All right, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. We were talking off the air, so that's where I was a little bit distracted there. Good morning, Galen, again, now that we're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Good. We just had a really good interview with Jonathan K. Miller. He's a science fiction writer, and gosh, how many books did he leave us with?
There are two, Genesis Universe 2 and 12 blocks.
Oh, okay. They're huge.
2 sets of 2.
He put a lot of time into those books.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
Well, that's a very popular genre, Galen. Have you ever thought about writing a book?
Yeah, I have.
And any progress on it?
No, I mean I've written a couple of short stories, but nothing that's ever been published or. Gosh, I haven't looked at those in a long time.
It's amazing. One time, we have a lot of authors on who are New York Times best-selling authors, and that's what it always says in their credentials. So, of course, we say that. And then Dan one time noticed how many we have, and he said, "Boy, it must be easy to be a New York Times best-selling author." The truth is,
there's so many different categories.
It's not easy, though. It's not easy. Well, it's easy.
No, not at all.
It's easier to be an Amazon best-selling author because of their categories.
Right.
But the New York Times, really, you kind of have to have done a lot of selling in order to get on that list.
And if you look at the list, there's a lot of the same. Once an author makes it one time, they'll make it again and again and again. And that's just for people because they know what the genre is, they know what the story is, they know what the writing style is.
Yeah. Well, and the one thing about Amazon that I think is really helpful to the readership is that other readers who are fans of an author who don't like a book will be honest about it. You know what I mean? They won't gush over it because, oh my gosh, this is my Stephen King. If Stephen King puts out a doozy, they're going to say, oh my gosh, what was he on? You know.
Sure. The best, for me, the best part of Amazon is the fact that I can download a sample of the book.
Yeah.
And, you can read, 2 chapters, 2.5 chapters,
right,
and get a taste for what the book is about, what the writing style is, and within that, I can decide whether or not I want to invest, the next, 10 days or 2 weeks. To that author and to that book.
That's right. Yeah.
So I may read 10 samples before I pick a book.
Do you buy a lot of books as gifts, or do you receive a lot of books as gifts?
No. I do Amazon gift cards.
Okay.
And then and that's to me that I know it's impersonal, but to me I love it when I get Amazon gift cards because I'm like, oh yes, now because then I can get a book that I love. Things like that.
If you have a book lover on your list and you go to one of the bookstores this time of year, oh my gosh, they've got so many books that are out there that are huge in size. I mean, and for some reason or other they didn't sell, and they'll sell them for $5. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, sure.
Right.
Sure. Now I have bought people books like if I know they haven't read like the Life of Pi. Life of Pi is one of my top 3 books of all time, and things like that. So if they haven't read that, then I'm you got to read that. Or Ove, it's a big fan of Ove. So
the bucket list of books I want to read before I die. There's a book in the bookstore that is this gigantic book that has all of the classics that you wish you had read when you were younger.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's like this anthology of all the classic stories.
Sounds like you need to get started.
like Wuthering Heights. Yeah, I need to get started. Yeah, because
Oh, Wuthering Heights is brutal, Larry. Oh. I'll read that one. It's a chick book.
yeah, I know.
Oh, don't read that. That's right up there with Pride and Prejudice. Oh, it's brutal.
I love
I mean, if
Pride
you're
and
a
Prejudice.
15, of course, if you're a 15-year-old girl, you think it's the greatest thing of all time.
Oh yeah.
If you're a man, you're just torture. Just sheer torture.
Let me take a phone call. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, I was driving when you were interviewing that fellow about the Halifax explosion. You may not remember, but I talked to you a few times about that. Yeah, and it's interesting that I would have called in for the book, except I already have it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was an interesting one too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with Galen. The Bronte sisters are they're not men authors; they're chick authors.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
All right, have a good day.
Yeah. Hey, so with that book, Galen, have you heard about the Halifax explosion?
No, I haven't. I have not.
Okay, so let me see what I remember from it. So all this TNT was loaded up on a ship, like as much TNT as what the Statue of Liberty would weigh, or more than one right? Wasn't that what it said?
During World War I.
During World War I, and it was being sent, I guess, to Europe, and it stopped up in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and collided with another ship and exploded. And so like 2,000 or so people were killed, but it was a French ship. Right, and the Americans were sending people to help out with the problem, and they say 7,000 more would have died if it wasn't for the help, and that's what bonded the friendship between Canada and U.S. until a guy named Galen Unold came around and started saying all these bad things about Canada and their drivers, and ruined the friendship for all time. That's how the story ended. I don't know if you knew the end of it.
And let me be very, very clear that French Canadians are much worse than just regular Canadians when it comes to driving.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just going to put that out there, because anybody who's ridden next to somebody from Quebec, you just want to give them as much space as possible.
So have you ever gotten out of your car and walked past another car in the parking lot, and they have a Quebec license plate, and they're getting out, so you know they're from that car, and you say bonjour, and you say bonjour, monsieur, just so you can show him you know how to say hello in French?
Well, usually it's not that polite, because they're usually the person in the parking lot that is going, 1 to 2 miles an hour, and letting everybody go by, even though the people are waving them to go by because there's a line of 15 cars behind you. And the parking spot's never good enough, and they don't park straight.
You see what happened. The
I don't know if I've ever said anything nice to a Canadian driver.
Well, this is my point. See, the Halifax explosion, as horrible as it was, actually made us closer until you were born.
That's great.
Exactly.
Until you were born,
Yeah.
and then once you
great.
started spouting off on the air,
Right. I mean, it's brutal. I mean, I haven't been to Quebec. I've been right outside the
I went to Quebec.
I
I
guess.
spent 3 days in Quebec.
Yeah.
In the summer,
Nice.
though. I want to go in the winter one time.
But you're a left laner too, so you like hanging out in the left lane going, the speed limit. So.
I don't hang out in the left lane.
Wait, what do I do now?
I hang out in the middle lane.
I
You like hanging
You're
out
by
in
the
the left lane?
curb.
I do the speed limit. I do the speed
Yeah,
limit.
but you're by the curb.
In the left lane?
I do the left lane if I have to turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do the speed limit in the left lane if I gotta turn.
You guys are never on the highway, so it's fine. I was just making a joke. Don't take it personally, Canadian.
Long Island is closer to Canada than Ocala, though. So.
Yeah.
I guess that's true, Larry. Yes, that is true. Unless traffic is really bad, or you're going by train. So,
I was thinking about that train ride the other day. You know what? Now that enough time has passed, I might do it again. When it was first over, I
See,
thought,
it's going to become very romantic when you're like 97. I took a train.
no, there's a train
And your
ride.
grandkids are going like, Grandpa, they didn't have cars? Or
Self-driving
airplanes?
Self-driving trains. They have self-driving trains.
Yeah.
All right, so today I have this is I think we did this 1 year before, but it came out again. It's the hottest Christmas toys of all time, and I don't think there's anything really new. Although you know what's trending right now? There's a video that somebody put out of an old VHS tape that they made of when the boy gets a Nintendo system, and the boy has to be your age by now, Galen, or Alex's age, or somewhere.
Gosh.
Yeah, but it was so. I mean, the boy is crying out of happiness. Oh my! Because he had been saving up for this Nintendo. He had been saving up for it.
Wow.
And his father just went out and bought it, and his mother did the videotape thing. And right, so if you go to YouTube and look for it, you'll find a very nostalgic video.
Nice.
All right.
All right, you want to know the top 10 hot Christmas toys of all time?
Yeah.
In order?
Yeah, this will be interesting.
In order?
Now, how are they ranking them? How are they ranking them? Are
Sales.
they ranking them by total sales?
Sales, yes.
Over the lifespan of the toy?
That's what it says, yeah.
All right. Well, then that's going to be something like a Slinky or Monopoly or something that's just kind of...
Yeah, there might be. I'm not sure. But, okay, now it gives you the number of sales, but I don't know if it means in the year that it gives, or does it mean...
Yeah, that's... I think that's probably, I mean, Light Bright's got to be in the top 10 then, because they still make those things.
All right, so, before we do this, though, how is the blood supply? How's the blood supply?
We're, again, and we talked about it yesterday, we are still in critical need of platelets, and, we're just a few days, 20 days away from Christmas, and we're not ready yet with our blood supply. So help us get ready. Put a blood bag in somebody's stocking this year and donate blood.
Oh, I like that. Put a blood bag. No, that didn't sound good. Yeah.
That doesn't sound very good. That's not going to... I try stuff on the show. You know that, right? I try new things on this show. That one's not going to be repeated. All right. Sounded much better in my brain than it did when it came out. That's good.
Put a blood bag in somebody's stocking. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That didn't come out right.
So I want to make sure that we thank Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring. Those two sponsors make that important announcement Galen just made possible. And go to Palm Garden, take a tour, put it in your list of places that you will have in your little mental Rolodex, whatever you call your brain. Mm-hmm. When somebody needs a long-term skilled nursing facility, you might want to consider Palm Garden, or short-term. You might have a short-term need, or even respite need. It could be one night.
Yeah.
It could be you've got to do something, and you're a caregiver, and gosh, got to do something, Mom. I can't leave Mom alone, and well, take her there. Let me tell you something. The place is beautiful. It's clean. The staff is outstanding. It's like a 5-star hotel. The culinary, the dining room is just awesome. The activities program is amazing. They have a social scene there. You'll feel included. Your mom will feel included. They got a beautiful outdoor area. Mm-hmm. So it's just a beautiful place. Go to Palm Garden and take a tour. You'll see for yourself. They're at 2700 Southwest 34th Street here in Ocala. And Penn Flooring, another sponsor. If you need to remodel your home or your office, you want to make it more beautiful from the floor up, don't forget the floor. They've got wood flooring, carpeting, tile, linoleum, everything else that I don't know the names of. They've got a showroom so you can see for yourself what it looks like and what it would look like in your home. Penn Flooring is at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the McKay-Williams Bridge. If you're coming from Pine Avenue, heading down 17th, I guess you're saying. It'll be on the right side. Okay. The top 10 hot Christmas toys of all time. Number 10.
Okay.
1952, 1 million of these things sold. It was called Mr. Potato Head. It did not.
That's a great one.
It did not come with a potato.
Exactly.
Right, you had to provide your own potato back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that was a pretty clever idea.
It was.
Just put a bunch of plastic ears and eyes. And,
potato.
That's a pretty clever idea. Yeah. All right. Number 9. If I tell you the year, see if you can guess it. 1975, over 5 million sold in 6 months. 1975.
1975. 1975. I don't know. I was 5. I don't know.
The Pet Rock.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, well, I was thinking Pet Rock. But I'm like, oh, no, could that be it? They couldn't have sold that many. How many did it sell?
Wow, 5 million in 6 months.
How many? Wow. I think my sister got one. I don't think I got one.
You were 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was
You know
started-
why? Because I would have taken Pet Rock and thrown it.
Exactly.
So,
The ad executive who started it is Larry Dahl. He said he had the idea while drinking with his friends. He sent out a press release to every major media outlet, leading to articles in several newspapers, Newsweek, and an appearance on The Tonight Show. And so the Pet Rock became so popular. Whoa, that's amazing.
you know what he said? He said he was probably drinking and said, "Look, I'm so good at my job, I could sell people a rock."
I bet you're right. I think you're probably right, yeah.
Good morning.
You know, he probably said, "Watch this. Hold my beer. Watch this," and the rest is history.
Right. We need to go get some rocks. We're getting orders.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right, 150,000 of these sold in 1975. It's number 8. I'm not so sure why that makes it number. Maybe of all time. Maybe that's what it means.
What year? What year?
1975. This was a video game made by Atari. 1975.
Tank.
Oh, it had to be Pong then.
It was Pong. Yes,
Pong.
very good. Pong.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Pong.
Number 8 on the list of the hottest toys. Sales of over $40 million for that year. Whoa. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe 150,000 adds up to a lot more money when it's Pong than when it's a rock.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
So that was Pong at number 8. Number 7, I'll just tell you, is the company that made Pong. They put out a system. It was called the Atari System.
Sure.
1979. So they had a whole bunch of games.
Right. I had one of those.
Did you? What was your favorite
Great.
game on that
Yeah.
system? What was your favorite game?
It sounds crazy. Well, they came out with Donkey Kong a little later, which just completely changed the world. And of course, Pac-Man was on there. But my favorite game was actually Tanks. It was called Tanks and something.
I remember Tanks.
And then you could, and I used to love Tanks because it was the only game where I could beat my dad at.
Oh,
Believe it or not. When I
what
was
a
9.
nice memory.
That's a good memory, yeah.
Yeah, I could beat the crap out of him.
All right, that was number
The key
7.
was to not be aggressive and to let them come to you. So,
Now we know the strategy.
yeah.
Did you ever tell him your
Yeah.
strategy?
I think he let me win because he knew how important it was to me. There are some things you just have to let your kids win at. I think that was one of them. It's like chutes and ladders. You got to let your kids win at, and Tank.
But
Yeah.
the Atari game system not only launched the game system itself, but it launched the idea of game systems, where you had to buy the system and then you could buy a cartridge for the
For the
game.
games, yeah.
That's right. It was.
Yeah.
It was. I remember going into the store and just seeing, hundreds of titles, and some of them were just horrible, but they all cost the same, and you weren't sure what was good and what was bad, and that created an entire industry on game reviews and everything else. So,
And that's what was great about Rhino Video when they first opened up in the Ocala Shopping Center, because we could go in there when my children and Alex were little, and they would have TVs set up, and before you decided to buy the game, you could actually play it on there, and then
Yeah,
if you liked it, then you bought it from them, or else you could rent it. It was a really big rental thing, right, Larry?
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
okay.
that was a long time after I was growing up. But, yeah.
Okay, so I don't remember what system, but I remember this. Alex would go rent a game, and then I remember one time I rented one. Mm-hmm. And it was a game where you controlled a clown, and the clown had a pointy hat, and balloons would fall down, and you would have to pop the balloons with your pointy hat.
Oh my!
Do you remember this game?
Was it Sega?
I don't know what it was, but I was like addicted to it. I'd be popping balloons like for hours.
Probably PlayStation. That sounds more like a PlayStation.
I don't know.
game.
It was a very
You couldn't rent the games until really the PlayStation system, because the Atari systems, those games just didn't hold up very well, the way you jammed them in and out of the control into the console.
And when we first started at WTMC, 1990 or so, Dan Gear, one of our coworkers, had the first handheld. What was it called again?
Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Yeah, Game Boy.
And Alex just loved playing that. What was it called? Tetris.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah, that was such fun.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I love that.
Tetris got me through a lot of midnight watches in the Navy.
Oh really?
I had a Game Boy in the Navy, and I played a lot of Tetris.
Can you hum the song, the Tetris?
No. I never played it with the sound because I had to have the.
It's got a Russian song, doesn't it?
Radio.
Yeah, it does. Because if you get so far, the Taj Mahal or something goes up.
It's a Russian game.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It goes. If you get to a certain level, the whole thing goes up into outer space like a rocket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so cool. TJ and Shannon had a good time.
Download it on your smartphone.
One of the songs that we've learned to play is the theme song to Zelda.
Yeah, you do that.
And I always look around to see if there's anybody who might be the right age to realize what I'm playing.
And you do. When we were raising money for the Literacy Council, one fella came by and then he came back and he said, "You got me with Zelda, man." And then he puts the money in the in our collection bin for the Literacy Council. It's like really amazing. And he had a child of his own, so.
All right, here's the theme song to Tetris. Let's see if we remember it. Hope I did this right. Let's see. Oh, wait, that's a commercial. Hold on. Got to wait for the commercial. Skip the video in 3, 2, 1 seconds. There, skip the video. Skip the ad. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a Russian song for sure.
Yes.
You don't remember that, Galen?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, the next...
I didn't know if you could hear me while you were playing the music.
No, I don't know if I could either. All right, number 6 on the list is Cabbage Patch Dolls. Cabbage Patch Dolls. 1983, almost 3 million of them sold.
Oh, that was brutal that year. Gosh, for people wanting Cabbage Patch Dolls.
That's the first toy craze that I remember. I consciously remember people going nuts over. Mm-hmm. Now, they still make Cabbage Patch Dolls. Well, they don't make them. They're born. We have blood drives there. So.
Do you really?
Up in Georgia, up in northeast Georgia.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? So the factory that is like the adoption facility, whatever they used to call it, that's still there? Is he there? Galen?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, but they call it an adoption facility, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
born and then you adopt them.
Okay.
Crazy.
1991, it was Game Boy. Over 1 million sold in the U.S. during its first Christmas season. 1 million. Mm-hmm. The first year.
Because it was the first
90,
portable.
Right?
91, it says.
91. I feel like I had one before 91.
But it was the first portable system. You could take it anywhere. You didn't have to have it at home.
Galen, you might be right. It says a year after its release in Japan, the Game Boy came to the USA. So maybe you had one.
Okay.
Maybe you had one of the first ones.
Yeah, my mom sent me one though, and I thought I had it in like '89. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
Maybe your dad had ties with the company because he's,
I doubt
in
it.
Radio.
I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
Yeah, your people in radio have such connection. We got Number 4 is Tickle Me Elmo, 1996. 10 million. 10 million Tickle Me Elmos.
I'm Elmo.
We had Elmo as a guest back in those years. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Robin?
we did. With the Boston when he was with the Boston Pops Orchestra for Christmas.
Right. And
came on the
we
air with
had rules, Galen, that we could not ask Elmo if Bert and Ernie were gay.
Yeah. Could not ask him.
That was our rules. Yeah, we couldn't.
At the Blood Center, we did a raffle for a Tickle Me Elmo, and people went nuts.
Really?
I bet they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got your mom.
Does it increase blood donations when you do something like that?
Usually not. Usually it has no impact whatsoever. On this one, it did. I mean, we've given away a car, and you could see no discernible increase in donations.
Oh, really?
But you could over the Tickle Me Elmo. Yeah.
Maybe because he's red.
Well,
I don't know. It's just a hot ticket.
Maybe because women. Maybe women are more likely to say, if I donate blood, God will see fit to let me win the Elmo.
Karma is a big thing with blood donations. There's no doubt, especially like at university campuses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I need to do well on this test.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
You're almost out of time. All right, number 3 was the Furby, 1998.
Yes, remember those?
Number 2.
I stood in line for those.
Number
with
2
my
was
kids.
the PlayStation
You
3.
had to spend so much time on a Furby. You had to spend quality time with that
They
thing.
were horrible. They didn't
Yeah,
work.
it was a good concept.
Number 2 was the PlayStation 3, 2006, and number 1 was the Zuzu Pets. 10 million sold in 2009.
Wow.
Zuzu Pets.
Zuzu Pets.
Crazy.
All right, so there you go. The top
Crazy.
10 of all time. All right, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, today, Larry, we are closed to the public. So, sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. All right.
Actually helping out a blood drive in Citrus County today, but with one of our buses and the other one is closed to the public. So
There was a national story out
come
of
see us at the donor center at right there on Silver Springs Boulevard.
Yeah, donate blood. There was a story out of Citrus County that made national news about an alligator that was arrested because it was swimming in somebody's pool. That's funny.
Well, he was breaking the law, man.
All right. Hey, Galen, thank you for what you do. Everybody else, donate blood. Thank you, Palm Garden and Penn Flooring. And Galen, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Bye, y'all.
We'll be right back.
One of the best things about living in beautiful Central Florida is that we get to have a garden all year long. Spend some time on Tuesday mornings in the garden with Carol Ann Baldwin right here on WOCA The Source from 9 till 10 a.m. Carol Ann will take your phone calls and she'll even check out your photos on her In the Garden Facebook page. Grab a tall glass of something refreshing and spend an hour in the garden with Carol Ann each Tuesday morning right here on The Source, WOCA.
Here is your 30-second news brief. Former Congresswoman Corinne Brown was sentenced yesterday to 5 years in prison for running a fake charity. A 69-year-old Filipino man was arrested after the FBI discovered he was plotting a mass shooting at a Northeast Florida mosque. A 15-year-old boy is heading back to Florida from Canada to face charges in his grandmother's murder. And Walt Disney World says they still hope their Hall of Presidents, complete with an animatronic President Trump, will reopen before the end of the year. And that is your news brief from The Source.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident on this Tuesday. Turning out partly sunny and warm, high 79 to 83. Mainly clear Tuesday night, low 58 inland, 65 along the coast. For Wednesday, times of sun and clouds, there can be a shower, high 80 to 84. Thursday, cloudy with a couple of showers, highs ranging from the mid-60s in the northern part of the zone to the low 80s in the southernmost part. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Bicycles are great fun. You see nature up close. You get no impact to exercise. The possibilities are endless. You could start your bicycling adventure at Brick City Bicycles. Young or old, experienced or a new rider, visit Brick City Bicycles at 217 Southeast 1st Avenue right here in Ocala. Brick City Bicycles has everything all under one roof. With holidays right around the corner, Santa wanted you to know now's the time to lay away that special gift. Stop by today. Brick City Bicycles.
Make it a living Christmas this year when you go gifting at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. This 5-acre Christmas wonderland is decked out in green and colors with hundreds of unique and wonderful gift ideas. Ideas like citrus trees. Bob has lemon and lime trees starting at just $19.99. More ideas. Bob Wine's famous camellias, all types and sizes. You can give a Bob Wine's camellia for as little as $9.99, and that's $5 less than the regular price. Bob has an extraordinary selection of poinsettias. These are florist quality foil wrap poinsettias. You get 3 for as little as $12, and larger ones are available. How about a Bob Wine's gift certificate? You get up to $60 free when you buy Bob Wine's gift certificates. This year, do it better with a gift that keeps on growing from Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4, Saturdays till 2. In the same blooming place for 65 years.
What are you getting into?
Oh, hey, Joe, look at these cool toys.
Some nice things. A doll, a baseball bat. Hey, what's this?
Oh, that's a translator.
A translator?
Yeah, Chinese, Japanese, even Ocala-ese.
Ocala-ese?
Yeah, give it a try.
Okay, translator. Translate ice skating rink.
The translation of ice skating rink in Ocala-ese is large white sheet of plastic.
Oh, that's good. Translate winter.
Winter in Ocala-ese is 2 days in January.
Isn't this a great toy?
Okay, translator. Translate Santa Claus.
The translation of Santa Claus in Ocala-ese is WOCA listeners.
That's right, WOCA listeners, you've done it before, and we're asking for your help again.
Just bring a new or gently used toy to the WOCA studios in the Paddock Mall, and we'll put it under our Christmas tree.
Then, on December 15th, all the toys will be picked up by Florida Kids Helping Kids.
WOCA listeners